I don't mean this story to be prejudiced. I'm not prejudiced, but I have to tell you the actual facts of what happened. So, many of you have asked me, why do I always want to have a car that's very fast or that really is like a sports car? And I'm going to tell you the story today of how I was chased by a gang outside of DC. Hmm, I was a teacher at the time, and I was leaving work, and I was heading into the city. I don't know, I was going to go up and see or run some sort of errand up there. I was outside in Maryland, and I was heading into Washington, D.C. And the road is called Route 4, if you know where that is. It's actually the same road the president lives on. Well, as I was heading up there, I was driving. It was just getting dusk. It was dusk, and I saw a car behind me. It was like a modern hmm, Japanese car, I guess, and they were driving up behind me closer and closer, and I didn't think much of it, but they came right up on my bumper and tailgating me, and I thought, wow, okay, so this is crazy. Now, I was in a Buick LeSabre, which is a little four-cylinder. Well, they have six-cylinder too, but the one I was driving was a four-cylinder engine, like a 2-liter engine, and they were right up on my bumper. So I sped up, to give some room, whatever, and they stayed right with me. And then they even pulled around and got right next to me. And what was in the car were four very large men of color, black men, four very large guys. And I thought, what the hell is going on? I'm looking at them, and they're looking at me, and they're motioning for me to pull over. And then one of them, the one on the passenger side, reached under his seat, and I thought, Jesus, I'm going to die here. They're going to pull out a gun. That's the next thing. So I slammed on the brakes, and of course they slammed on the brakes too. And we seesawed back and forth a little bit. There's really not much I could do. I had no power. And so I pushed the gas down as far as it would go. And I tried to get away from them. And you know that scene in Mad Max where it's like, uh, he's trying to get away with his dog, and he's got the supercharger working, and he's starting to make some headway, and suddenly they turn on some nitrous or whatever, and come up behind him in the movie. Well, that's the same exact thing that happened here. I was up over 100 miles an hour, but there was no way I could get rid of them. I think they had NOS or something. The car was worked on, let's put it that way. It was special. Because there's four big guys in that car. I mean, they were huge. They were larger than me. They were muscular, okay? And, all right, at that moment, I pulled over on the side of the road, and they pulled in behind me. And I'm looking around, and I'm like, I don't have any weapons here. I don't even have a flashlight that, like a big mag light or whatever with batteries in it that I could use to hit with. And I was like, what the hell am I going to do? What the hell am I going to do? And suddenly a flash of inspiration hit me. And I thought, if he's dumb enough to do that, then I'm going to do this. So I waited, and the guy in the driver's seat got out. So all four people got out. What happened is everybody else got out, and the guy in the driver's seat just put his 2 feet down on the pavement and started to stand up. And that's when I hit it like a crazy son of a bitch. I hit the gas and did everything I could to get the car up to maximum speed. And they were a few, I would say 10 car lengths behind me when I finally got rolling, and they were rolling. So I had 10 car lengths to play with, and they were gaining. And I thought, okay, just get me to the next exit. Just get me to the next exit. And there was an exit called Wason's Corner, if anybody's from this area. And I thought, okay, I'm taking this exit. And I just immediately flew off the exit, and then I decided to do every bit of driving skill that I could do. In other words, I've done a little race car driving at the time. I did some autocross, and I think I had done some drag. No, not at that time. I hadn't done any drag racing, but I've done some autocross at this time. So I had a little bit of race car training. I blew the stop sign. Of course, I looked to see if anybody was coming. Just rolled through the stop sign and busted that corner going under the underpass. And then did the same thing to the next corner, just as hard as I could possibly corner the car. And I had them in this case because they had 4 big guys in the car, and they couldn't corner quite as fast as I could do. They had more engine power, but they were carrying a lot of weight with them. I mean, big, heavy, meaty guys, right? So I was going under the underpass when they were coming off the exit ramp, and then I was busting the corner and heading back south as they were still going under the underpass. So I was going up the on-ramp as they were heading under the underpass. And then I got my car all straight and steady, maximum to the floor. I had the you know, accelerator maximum to the floor, and you know, I was going straight and they were still turning. So, you know, where is a cop when you really want one? They're all over you when you don't want one, but in this case, I was like, please pull me over, you know, please, where are they? No cops anywhere. So I was going straight, going south, and I was up over 100, 110, whatever, and I think I was still climbing a little bit, very slowly. That's all the car would do. And I made it to, I guess, Dunkirk before they could catch me. I think they probably gave up when I started to go straight and really kicked it. So, the moral of the story is don't give up, and drive like a maniac if you have to. Use the car to the best advantages. I was hoping that, you know, I could turn better than they could, and I could, because I didn't have the weight they had. All 4 big monsters in the car, you know, 2 in the back, 2 in the front. And that changed my mind forever, guys. It changed my mind forever. Now, whenever I buy a car, I think about what is the top speed of that thing. You know, could it get up and get out of the way of something if I really had to do it? Would it, you know, I know it's not safe to be at those speeds, especially when you get over 150 miles an hour. It's not safe anymore. But, you know, if you're going to die, if somebody's going to pull a gun on you. The next day, when I went back to work, I found out that there was a series of these things happening on that road. My friends told me, my God, you almost got killed, because it's what's called an initiation. They're waiting for you to pull over, they're going to kill you, and that's how they become a gang member, like a full-fledged gang member. So, yep, that's what they were planning to do. Anyway, hope it was a fun story. I'll talk to you next time. If you want to ride.